Hello and welcome to Net Success, the home of entrepreneurs, dreamers, leaders, and future millionaires. The place where knowledge meets opportunity and success becomes a lifestyle. I'm your host, Bumelela Success Mache, and thank you for joining us as we learn, grow, build, and discuss successful futures together. Today's topic, we are going to unpack on a very sensitive topic on what happens money out of your company. In other words, I mean that what really happens when you are busy swiping that business card, busy transferring money out of that business card for your own personal use. Firstly, let's get this picture straight. South African law treats a company like a legal person. Automatically, they call it the fake person. This is called a fake person because this person can transact, it can buy assets, and it can sign contracts, as well as even be liable to taxes. Think about this person as something like a glove. If you are holding something using a glove, if that thing falls on the ground, you are not liable, but the glove is liable for letting that person fall. So it means that if the company doesn't do well in the future, you will not be liable, but the company becomes liable. The same way that if you are busy transacting on behalf of someone, it is automatically treated as if that person is either lending you money or you have been lending that person money, the legal person now. When you buy something using the company's card, or you are transferring a transaction using a company's card, you are automatically creating a loan within your company. If you are buying goods, even if those goods are in the company's invoice, or even if those goods that you are buying, the invoice comes back and it reflects the company's name on it. As long as those goods are not related to the business that you are doing, it becomes automatically that is a company loan to you. Now let's unpack what happens when you have been transacting. Success has been buying herself flowers using company funds. She has been buying bread using company funds. She has been buying groceries using company funds. She has been buying bedding for her house using company funds. Automatically, at the end of the day, totaling those goods becomes 100,000 in the future. Success now becomes liable to the company that Success owns the company 100,000. Most companies, especially in our black communities, I've noticed, especially in companies where the person is the only director or the person is a director together with the husband, they tend to be using this method of using company funds to buy personal goods. Now you are owing this company 100,000 automatically. In the future, when the company needs those funds back from you, or the company decides now we want to close this company, you are liable for the 100,000 that you owe the company. If something happens to you as the director in the future, God forbid something happens to you, you still are liable to the 100,000 that you owe to the company. Now that means that if something happens to you, your estate needs to come and pay back the company the 100,000. If you treat this loan as a director's loan, and of which in many cases people tend to treat this as a director's loan, which they do not levy interest on this company loan. The person treat the funds that you owe to the company, if they are less than the market-related loan and the interest is less than the market-related loan, tax, which is SARS, tend to treat this as a fringe benefit. And a fringe benefit is still liable to taxes. If you treat this loan as dividends to yourself, still those dividends become liable to a certain percentage of tax in South African law. So in essence, what are we saying? We are saying that it is not good to take money out of the company. Now the question comes, success, what do I need to do? You need to give yourself a salary monthly, a wage weekly, so that you can try and avoid these interest or these taxes or these loans from your own company. Because a lot of companies today are failing because of these loans. In the future, you go and you try and get funds from the bank, you try and get funds from other financial institutes, but that loan is still standing in your books as you are someone. That means that loan is still standing in your books as if someone is owing the company a lot of funds. And that means that company is liable to claim those funds from that person. I hope my explanation helps a lot of business people and it tries to solve a lot of issues that business owners are having in their business. But it is better not to transact with your company using your company for your own personal goods, because in the future, whether you try to avoid it, that loan will still stay there. Even if you try to say that this loan is a director's loan, as long as it is below market related and it doesn't earn interest, it will be treated as a fringe benefit, and of which that fringe benefit will be liable to you as an individual person. And even if you treat that loan as a dividend, still those dividends, the individual needs to pay taxes on them. And even if you say, I'm not going to pay that loan, nothing will happen to me. In the future, when something happens to you, your estate will be liable to first pay that company loan back, because the company is an individual on its own. I thank you. Thank you for joining us, and I hope in the future you will come as we unpack a lot of knowledge. You can type your comments on the comment section, and we will surely get back to you on answers that you will need. Thank you.